to play the classic jazz tune, Summertime? Well, in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to take the basic melody and chords for this tune and turn it into a beautiful jazz arrangement using 3 of my favorite plug and play techniques. Now, if you're new to the piano or you're even new to jazz, you're going to find this arrangement very easy to play and lots of fun. All right, so when you first start learning jazz piano, you might come across what's called a lead sheet. And a lead sheet is basically sheet music that shows you the melody and chords for a tune. And so if you flip open to Summertime, you're going to see something like this. You've got this melody, right? And then you've got these chords written above it, C minor 6, D minor 6. And if you're kind of new to this, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, this is a lot. I've got to figure out all these chords, and once I figure out the chords, then what do I do with both hands, and how do I spread the notes out between my hands? And so that's what I'm going to answer for you today. I'm going to walk you through my process. I'm going to show you what I do when I see a lead sheet like this, and how I put together a great arrangement using the melody and the chords. Okay, it's a very specific process that I go through. Okay, so step 1 is to go to a lead sheet, and you're going to see a lead sheet just like this. If you scroll through the arrangement, you'll notice there's lots of chords. And so step 1 is to just make sure you learn the melody, because if you don't know the melody, then you're not going to be able to add the chords to it. So I'm going to briefly go over this melody. If you know the melody, you can skip ahead in the video, and then I'll show you the chords and then what to do with both hands. Okay, melody's super simple. We're in the key of C minor for this, and we start on that G. We've got this beautiful phrase. Really pretty, classic melody by George Gershwin, okay? Then phrase number 2 is gonna go like this. Really nice, and then we finish it off like this. Really nice, okay? Now this is gonna repeat for the most part, but it kind of changes toward the end, okay? Here's the next phrase. Okay, that's going to be 4 times on the G, and then we have, okay, and then to end the tune, we've got this beautiful phrase here. We start on the G, okay, and then we have, okay. It's actually a very simple melody in the key of C minor, and what I love about this melody is it does not use too big of a range. In fact, the top of the range is going to be that high G, and the bottom of the range is going to be that low G. So this is a great range for a singer, especially an alto singer, or even a male voice that maybe doesn't want to go too high. It's a great range. Okay, so that's the melody, but what do you do with all these chords? How do you go from that to into something like that? Well, this brings us to step number 2. And in step number 2, you're going to want to make sure you know the basic chords. Because if you don't know the basic chords, you won't know what to do with your bass line, you won't know what to do with your right hand, you're not going to know the notes that you can add to this. And so really make sure you know the basic chords. I'm going to walk you through each chord. They're not very hard to play. Honestly, for the most part, they're minor or major chords with 1 note added. Okay, so these are mostly 4-note chords, and they're super simple. If you're a beginner, you can totally play these chords, okay? But make sure you actually learn the chords. You don't just learn the full arrangement. So I'm going to show you the chords. If you want to skip ahead in the video, you can learn the full arrangement. But again, if you want to understand jazz, then it's important that you know the chords. All right, first chord is a beautiful C minor 6. Okay, I love this chord. We're going to add the melody up high, so there's room for the chord. You see that? And then we're going to go to a D minor 6. Isn't that nice? Okay, it's a D minor. And we're just adding the 6th to that, okay? Now we're going to go back to the C minor 6 and continue this pattern with the melody. So we have D minor 6. You with me? Okay. And then C minor 6. And then we go back to the D minor 6. Makes sense? Really easy so far, okay? Now later we're going to color this up, but you got to understand your basic chords, okay? Now next part of the melody, we are up here on the G. We have, it's an F minor 7, okay? You see this F minor 7, 4-note chord? We're going to stay here, and then we have, this is an F sharp diminished 7, not hard to play. Okay, sounds kind of complicated, but really isn't hard to play. And then we have this G7, okay? And from here, we're going to add a little filler passing chord. It's a little A flat 7, really nice technique here. It's called a tritone substitute, and then back to the G7. Okay, we're halfway through the tune. Come back in with the melody, and then we have 3 times on the G, here's the D minor, back to C minor, and then D minor, C minor 6, okay, and then this is where it changes. We're gonna go to an F7 chord, kind of a bluesy sounding chord, and then to a B flat 7 chord. That's gonna be down here, okay? And this is nice because this actually takes us to the key of E flat, okay? So check this out. There's the melody. We have E flat major 7, okay? See this guy? It's like an E flat major chord with a 7th. So we have, and then a C minor 7, okay? See this guy? Simple minor chord with a 7th, and then we have F7, really nice. And then we change to F minor 7, you see it? And then we have back down to the C minor, and we continue that pattern, C minor 6 to D minor 6. Does that make sense? Okay? So once again, in step 2, we're just looking at the basic melody and the basic chords, and make sure you can play these chords, okay? And once again, these are 4-note chords. A lot of times the names of the chords make them look harder than they actually are to play. For example, on this like F sharp diminished 7, you know, what is that chord? Well, it's an F sharp with all minor third intervals, okay? So just keep this in mind. Now in the next step, I'm gonna show you how to take the melody and the chords and how to basically mix them between both of your hands. But before we do that, if you're enjoying this lesson, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this. All right, so you've learned the basic melody and the chords, but what do you do with this? In other words, how do you take, the melody, right, and the chords and turn it into something that actually sounds good? Right? How do you mix all of these elements together between the hands? Well, this is where I see a lot of students struggle. They know the chords, they know the melody, but they don't know what to do with all the pieces and how to add rhythm to it and how to add a bass line. And do you put the chord in your left hand or do you put it in the right hand? And how do you add some little passing filler chords? And so that's what I'm going to talk about here is I want to show you what I call the 3 plug and play techniques. And with these 3 plug and play techniques, you can take any lead sheet just like this and instantly turn it into a jazz arrangement. Okay? And so I'm actually using a formula here, and that's what we're going to talk about. Okay, so what is the formula that I'm using to instantly create this jazz arrangement? Well, the first thing is to look at your bass, and the bass is the foundation, so you want that to be really solid. And what I will usually do is I will pick a rhythm that I can use with the bass line the entire time, and that creates that solid foundation to move the tune along. Now, there are different rhythms you can use, but one that I think works really well is this. Basically, you're grabbing the root 1 and 2 and then whatever the chord is, you do the same rhythm. So on the D, it's 1 and 2 and if the chord is an F, it would be 1 and 2 and. Okay, that is the formula, and you're going to follow this formula with one exception, and that is if you're sitting on a chord for a whole measure, then what I'll usually do is I'll come up to the third of the chord. Okay, so for example, like on the F chord, you're going to sit on it for a whole measure. So what I like to do is 1 and 2 and 3. Does that make sense? And going up to the third of the chord. The second thing you're going to do with this plug and play approach is you're going to play the melody with single notes, but you're going to use the top of your right hand to play these notes because you're going to put the chord in the bottom of your right hand. All right, the third and I would say most important piece of this plug and play approach is going to be your chords. And once again, this is where I see a lot of students mess up is they don't know where to put their chord. Do I put it in my left hand or my right hand? And how do I add the chords when my left hand's playing a bass line and my right hand's playing the melody? Well, in this case, we're going to put the chord in your right hand. But how do you do this? Well, the technique that I use, I call it playing constant shell rhythms on the offbeats. Let me show you what it sounds like. Do you hear those little chord pops that I'm adding in the right hand? That's what I'm talking about. And the amazing thing with this approach is that I'm playing chord shells on the same rhythms. And it sounds amazing, and you don't have to add all these other things to make it sound good. So what am I doing here? Well, underneath that melody, summertime, you hear that? That's a chord shell, and a shell is a partial chord, okay? If you go back to the chords I taught you, like C minor 6, a chord shell usually has the 3rd and then the top note. It could be the 6th, it could be the 7th, but that is usually what we refer to as a chord shell. It's just the 3rd and the 7th of the chord. And so in this case, on the C minor 6, I'm using the E flat and the A as my little chord pop, okay? And that's a shell, okay? I also do it on the D minor chord. Check this out. Summertime. Right? Look at that guy. D minor 6. What did I say? I'm using B and F, and that's B and F. That's the 3rd and the 6th of this chord. Okay, does that make sense? And so those are the chord shells, and then I try to play them on the same rhythms. In this case, I'm putting it on the and of beat 1 and the and of beat 3. So it goes like this. 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Does that make sense? And so if you apply this rhythm throughout the entire tune, you can create an instant arrangement because you got the melody, you've got the chords, and you've got the bass line, and it sounds really cool. Now you can add other things like fills and runs and passing chords, but if you're more on the beginner side, you're just getting started with jazz, I think applying the same technique throughout the entire arrangement will get you the most bang for your buck, okay? So here's what I want to do. I'm going to play the arrangement for you, and then I'm going to break down exactly what I'm doing, okay? Here's how the whole thing's going to sound. All right, so I'm gonna walk you section by section and show you exactly how I put the melody, the bass, and the chords together using this plug and play approach. We're gonna start with the very top of the tune, and we're gonna start with that melody. I do a little pickup here on the G, and then I come right in like this, and I do the chord pop, like that, okay? Then I continue to the D, chord pop, okay? By the way, for the first chord pop, you may have noticed I did it short. Summertime, short, and then I go long on this one, which is a nice technique, okay? Then I come back down to C, chord pop, and then that's together, and then there's the chord pop on the end of 3, okay? And then I come back down to C. Now here, you gotta get the chord pop under the C, and then that's together. Does that make sense? So a little hard there. Should be able to play that. And then we come back down to C. And then here, chord pop there. And then here, chord pop on the D. And then we have, that comes together, okay? Next phrase, that comes together. This comes up, chord pop is there. Come back down, there's the chord pop. And then F sharp diminished. There's the chord pop, that's together, and then the G, and then this is really nice, come up to the A flat, there's the chord pop, and then back to G, stay on the G, and then we have the G again, okay? By the way, you could have gone up to the B there in the left hand. You could have gone 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So sometimes you have the option on the bass line to stay on the note or go up to the 3rd, okay? Next phrase, we have, that's together, chord pop there, and then that's together, and then here's the chord pop, okay? Back down to C, here's a chord pop, and then the melody, and then D, see that? And then back down to C, got to jump down for the chord pop, and then this is together, up to the 3rd, and now to F, chord pop. Okay, again, these are shells of each chord, and then to the B flat. And for this one, we're going to change it a little bit. We're going to actually use what's called a B flat 7 sus 4, which is that chord, okay? All right, and then after this we have, that's together, and then the final phrase, okay? And then that's together, and then there's the chord pop, and then that's together, chord pop, that's together, chord pop, melody, bass, and then we end it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we continue that pattern, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then I like to end it with this beautiful C minor 6/9. Like that. So really, really pretty chord. Okay, does that make sense? All right, I'm gonna play the entire tune for you once at a slow tempo so you can see how the rhythms come together. But before I do that, if you wanna go deeper on learning jazz standards like this, then I recommend that you check out our lead sheet learning track over at pianowithjonny.com. I wanna show you how to get there. This is our member dashboard area. If you go up to learning tracks, you can select your level. Let's say you're more on the beginner side, you select beginner, and then you can see all of our learning tracks. And so you wanna go down here to skills and then scroll down and you will see our lead sheet learning track. And in this learning track, we've put together the exact order of courses that you should follow if you want to learn how to play lead sheets and you want to play jazz tunes. You've got some really great tunes here like Fly Me to the Moon, Misty, Autumn Leaves, All the Things You Are, Girl from Ipanema, that's a bossa nova. We have Summertime in there, After You've Gone. There's tons of tunes here, and once again, you can follow the learning track for your playing level. We have beginner, intermediate, and advanced, so I'll put a link to those learning tracks below. All right, here's Summertime once again. We're gonna go nice and slowly, and I'm gonna count the rhythm for you so you know exactly how the hands come together, okay? Here it is. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 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 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 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 and 3 and 4 and 1. All right, the final thing that I want to do is play this with the included backing track. And this lesson comes with a downloadable backing track. You can also download and print the lesson sheet music on the quick tip page. I'll put a link to that below. And let's go ahead and play with the backing track. 2, 3. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this lesson, please let me know in the comments. I also encourage you to check out pianowithjonny.com. We have thousands of students learning jazz, sharing their arrangements, their improvisations of jazz standards just like this. So if you want to join an amazing community, be sure to check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.